Well, hello, hello, hello. I hope you all are having a super duper fantastic day out there today. Y'all already know what time it is. Hey, I'm live at 5. 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 Come on inside of the StreamYard room. Definitely go ahead, drop your name. Let me know where you're from. Look, you already know I'm playing the sharing game. Yes, I am playing the sharing game. So if you share, I want you to definitely say that you shared. Go here. Okay, so let me first tell you where I want you to share from. I want you to share from the business page. The business page. I'm broadcasting in 3 different places: YouTube, inside the private group, and the page of Facebook business page. I want you to share from the business page so I can see that you shared. Then I want you to come back and just say, I shared right inside of the chat so I can go ahead and put you in the registration that I'm going to do each and every Friday for the month of February. Happy Black History Month. Anyway, look, you guys, the conversation that we're having today is pull it towards you. Put it in the chat. Pull it towards you. Put it in the chat. Pull it towards you. So my name is Deneen Merriweather. I am the CEO and founder of Queenpreneurs Jumpstart Program. It's the #1 training environment for women in the world looking to leverage their knowledge, ignite their passion, and build a highly profitable business. And how do you do this? By building your courage, confidence, and competence so you can accept, believe, and commit to what it is that God has called you to do. Okay, Missy, you up in here. Pull it towards you. That's right. Pull it towards you. So happy that you are here in this space. So look, I had an amazing weekend of training. Y'all just don't even understand how often I am developing myself, but it's a lot. I was in an amazing training this weekend, and we were having a conversation about pulling things towards you, right? We sit in spaces, we hear so many great concepts and precepts, and we learn a lot of things. But the question is, the information that you're hearing, are you pulling it towards you? Are you pulling it towards you? Put it in the chat. Pull it towards you. So, Deneen, what do you mean by pulling it towards you? Well, when you're listening to what the teacher is saying, the lesson that you're receiving, how are you handling the information and what are your plans to actually use the information? So here's the first thing that I think gets us caught up or unprepared in order to pull information towards us. Number one is you got to know what it is that you're looking for. So what I always tell my students when I meet them for the first time or I'm speaking to an audience that I never had before, there's 3 things that I always want you guys to come into a space focused with. Number 1 is, what is it that you want to receive? Like, what is it that you're looking for? Then number 2 is, what are you expecting to receive, right? And then what is it that you're contributing, right? So why are you even coming to the event? Like, why are you coming? What are you looking for? And what are you going to contribute to the space? So we show up to these events and we invest lots of money in there. Anybody go to events and they invest a lot of money in seminars and to be in spaces with people that influence you or people that you care about or you believe that has something for you to offer. But you go into the space, if you're not clear on what it is that you're looking for, why you're going, what you're going to contribute, then you're really wasting your time and you're wasting your money. And the reason why is because you don't have nothing to execute. You don't have a plan to even execute when you get there. So how are you definitely going to know what it is that you're going to do when you leave the event, right? Yeah, exactly. Expectations, contribution, investment, right? All that stuff matters. Like, why are you even coming to the event anyway? It's just like, for those of you who come and listen live at 5, like, I'm so happy that you're coming to listen, but you should come expecting to receive something. You should know what you're going to contribute to the space while you're here, whether it's typing in the chat, whether it's bringing the energy, and you should be ready. You should be ready and expecting the information so you can execute something and do something with. Because other than that, why would you be coming? So first thing is, you got to get super clear on what it is that you're looking for. What is your plan? That's right. What are you planning to do with the information that you're going to receive? Here's the next thing. Here's the next thing that I want you to do. I want you to be super responsible. Number 2, be responsible for what it is that you're listening to, right? Be responsible for the words that's coming. So if I told you something that touched, moved, and inspired you, what are you going to do? How do you be responsible for that information? Are you going to write it down? Are you planning to share it? Will you turn it into your own lesson or a way to contribute to the people that listen to you, that follow you, that's inspired by you? Like, be responsible for the information that you're allowing to go through your ears. Because here's the thing. When you're listening to information, I want you to get that words are very powerful. Put that in the chat. My words are powerful. My words are powerful. Right? We had this conversation this weekend about knowing who you are and who how you agree to these different things in life, because some people think, I am because I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm competent, I'm courageous, right? All those things, right? But how did you get to the point where you had a declaration that you are anything or you are someone, right? It can't come from your thoughts, because you have so many of them going through your head. What, 36,000 plus thoughts, maybe even 60,000 thoughts per day? And if you were actually becoming the person that you are, with all the thoughts that you think about, that is not even easy to do. Like, there's no way. That don't even make sense when you think about it, right? It's not what you're thinking. It's not your thoughts. And look, we know that our feelings is just a whirlwind. Like, sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down, sometimes we're sad, we're happy, right? So the feelings can't be the thing that's dictating who you are. It has to be something more than that. So here's what I want to offer you, and I want to give you while you're listening, for nuggets and information and things for you to pull towards you. Put it in the chat. I want you to pull this towards you. I want you to get, in any given moment, you are whatever and whoever you agree to be in the moment. So today, as I show up here in this space, I am confident, I'm bold, but I'm also a contributor. I'm also an influencer. I'm also a supporter. I'm also an encourager. And these are things that I am decided. It's not based on my thoughts. It's not based on my feelings, but I am who I say that I am. And when I say that I am that person, there's a declaration. And furthermore, there's a promise that I will show up in a space being courageous, bold, supporter, influencer, encourager to the people that I want to support to have their dreams. So each and every day, regardless of how I feel, regardless of what I'm thinking, I embody that because I say so. Put it in the chat. I am who I say I am. Period. It ain't about your thoughts. It ain't about your feelings. It's whatever you say, because your words are powerful. So the person that you should be in agreement with 150% of the time should be you. And you should not be letting your outside circumstances dictate who you are at any moment. Remember, when you wake up in the morning and you make the decision who you're going to be, that's who you need to show up as in every incident, circumstance, situation that happens in your life, until you are able to reach the goal that you said that you want to reach. Do you get that? Remember, it's in the becoming. It's in the becoming, and becoming is in the being. It's in the being. Put that in the chat. It's in the being. It's in the being. It is not in the doing. It's in the being. Okay, number 2. What I want you to do when it comes to pulling things towards you, when you hear information that can actually inspire you, touch you, move you, get you moving in a direction that you want to get into, I want you to grab it. Put it in the chat. Grab it. Put it in the chat. Grab it. Grab it. Because so often we allow things to pass by us, even though we know that they're helpful, even though we know that they're good information, we don't grab a hold to it. And here's the thing: what happened in the parable with the seeds when it fell on the different grounds, right? Sometimes I want to say it said if you don't protect your seed, it could grab away, it could be burnt up, it could be scorched, it can fall down, it could not take root. And when you hear information that can help your life, you need to be responsible for it, but you also need to grab it. Put it in the chat. I'm gonna grab it. And here's the thing: when you grab hold of it, protect that information, protect that thing that you had just received. Because here's the thing: you can share it, and I'm okay with you sharing it, but I don't want you to share it and allow people to grab it out your hands, right? So I was in a conversation recently in one of my classes, and we were talking about book sales, because I have a couple of people in my program that are authors. And we were talking about going to an event and actually selling books at a particular event. And we were in the conversation and we were setting goals, right? One person said they wanted to do 10. Another person said they may wanted to do 20. And then one of the questions that came up, or that came out of that conversation, was, well, how many people are going to be at the event? Right. And initially, when you think about it, when you're making your goals, right, whatever your money goals are, whatever your sales goals are, whatever it is that you're doing in your life or in your business, when you hear something like that, you don't think that that's anyone trying to grab a seed or grab something to take hold of. But when you think of the context behind the question, like, what would have a person ask you how many people will be in a space when it comes to you having sales? right? There must be a question of, is there enough people in order for you to reach the goal, right? That's just being able to hear the conversation behind the conversation. And it takes training to be able to hear that, but you can hear it. Like the more you listen to conversations and you train yourself to actually hear beyond what people are saying out their mouth, like when you're reading body language or you're asking, what is the context that that question is coming from? Like what's causing them to ask me that question? So when I heard the question right away, I was like, oh my God, it doesn't matter how many people are in the space. It has nothing to do with the books that you want to sell, because you do get that there could be one person to buy 10 of your books. Do you know there could be one person to buy 20 of your books? So it doesn't matter whether or not how many people are in the space for whatever it is that you're selling. But when you ask questions like that, it's a form of thinking that's not going to pull you forward. Put it in the chat, pull it towards you. So when people say things like that, like you just got to be careful. They really don't mean any harm, right? It's just a natural question. I want to sell a certain amount of things in a particular space. I want to know how many people are going to be there, because that's going to either increase my odds or reduce my odds of being able to sell the books that I want. But what I'm telling you is that's a limited conversation. Put it in the chat. Watch out for the limiting conversations. Watch out for the limiting conversations. Put that in the chat. I want you to watch out for the limiting conversation, because in one sense, yes, the world that they were living in, they needed people in order to sell the books. But the world that I was living in was, it only take one person for me to be able to reach this goal, because one person could buy 10 books or they could buy 20 books, right? They may have a congregation of amazing women that need the information that I'm sharing, or they may have people at their job where they have a book club. And you know how Oprah used to buy these books and have this book club and give it out to all the people in the audience, right? So they could totally be able to buy the 20 books and give them away to people that's in their community that's in a particular book club. But you got to understand that when you're pulling information towards you and you're listening to, and you're going to these events and you're going to spaces where you know that you are expecting something, you want to contribute something, you actually know why you're going, then I want you to get that your responsibility to grab onto the information is your responsibility to be responsible. And the last thing is your responsibility to act, to actually implement, because it doesn't make any sense for you to be going to any events, getting information and not implementing. So here's what happened to me a couple of weeks ago. So I was in a group coaching session within my leadership program, and we were given like a script in order to reach out to people, to ask them or to tell them about what it is that we're selling, that we're offering. And I took the script and I wrote it down. But let me tell you, y'all, how quick I am to act. Put this in the chat. Be quick to act. Be quick to act. See, because leaders make decisions quickly, or they choose quickly, right? They don't do a whole lot of procrastinating or overthinking or getting in their own way. Like once you hear something that's like, oh my God, I think that this may work, or oh my God, I think I want to try that. I want you to get into the habit of being responsible for the information, grabbing onto it, and then I want you to implement. So as soon as the coach gave the script on what to say, guess what I did? I got on this phone. And I said, let me see who I can actually send this script to and see if it works, if I get a response, if they're allowed me to have a conversation with them. So I did. Do you know that within the matter of a couple of hours, the person responded? So right there, I knew, oh my God, this works. So I'm going to keep using this and open up doors for me to have conversations with people that I want to serve and that I want to pour into. So I want you to get into the habit of implementing. And that's what it means to really pull it towards you. Whatever it is that you're going after in life, y'all, I only see one person in here that put implement. Put implement inside the chat. I want you to put implement inside the chat. Be quick to act. I see that. Be quick to act. I love it. I love it. Okay, listen. I want you to get, the more responsible you are about the information that you're receiving and allowing in between these two instruments right here that you have, the better off you're going to be. Because I want you to decide and be responsible for the things that you listen to that take root within your mind, that's either pulling you forward towards the things that you want, or it is pushing you away. But if you're not conscious and mindful of what's happening in natural conversation every day, remember I told you that was just a regular conversation inside of that coaching session. And it was a logical question to ask how many people was going to be in the space, so you can see what your odds are in reference to selling the book. But what I'm telling you is not a powerful place to stand, not in the world that I live in, because the amount of people in a space has nothing to do with my goals. It has nothing to do with my money goals, with my book sales goals, with your book sales goals, or how many tickets you want to sell for your event, or how many people you want to join your group coaching program. Like, it has nothing to do with it. So I want you to stand in a powerful place. When you hear information that can help you, that can serve you in life, I want you to first pull it towards you. And when you pull it towards you, here's what you need to do. You need to know how you want to use it. You need to be responsible for the information. You need to grab it and hold it in your hands, and then you need to implement. Do you get it? Tell me that you got it. All right, look. So share this video. If you believe it's been helpful to you, I want you to share this video. That's number one. And then put it in the chat that you shared it so I can register you inside of the giveaway that I'll be doing on Friday. But here's another thing that I wanted to offer you. So this weekend at 10 o'clock a.m. on Saturday, my coach is coming in my community and having and leading a conversation about your complaints. And a lot of us, we all have complaints. Raise your hand if you have a complaint about something. For me, my complaint is no one ever chooses me, right? No one ever chooses me. I think LaShawn is nobody supports me. Tammuz is I'm not enough, or no. Tammuz is nobody chooses me as well. Nobody chooses me, right? Someone else is I'm not enough, right? I don't know what it is, but we're going to have a conversation about that on Saturday, and how you actually get that the complaints that you have in your life are costing you, and they're costing you big, right? It's one thing to have a complaint and you take some action to change it. There's another thing that the complaint is running you and is causing you to make decisions in your life that actually work against what you want instead of pulling you towards what it is that you want. So take that link, sign up. I want to see you there. I want you to also invite people in your life, people that you hear have the same complaint all the time, right? Nobody loves me. I just nothing ever works out for me. I can't do this on my own. Whatever the complaint is that you have, I first want you to click and register yourself. And then number two, if there's people in your life that's complaining consistently about it, then I want you to go ahead. I don't feel acknowledged. That's a good one. Let me tell you. Oh, I don't know who that is that said it. I don't know who that is that said, drop your name. I want to talk to you just for a quick second, because I want to tell you the pandemic, I had that complaint. I didn't feel acknowledged. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to drop the story today. I might drop the story on Wednesday about me and my not feeling acknowledged and not being recognized for contribute. Stephanie. Oh my God. Stephanie. Yes. Okay. Look. You got to give StreamYard permission so I can see when you up in here in the chat. We had an amazing conversation today, but girl, let me tell you, I had this conversation during the pandemic that I don't feel acknowledged, and I'm going to drop it. I'm going to talk about it on Wednesday. So you just got to come back and talk about it on Wednesday. But look, if you have complaints in your life and you know that they're preventing you, I promise you, even if you don't know it, the complaints that you have are preventing you from reaching your goals, and it's costing you. It's costing you big. Now, it's a payoff. Now, you might be right. You may feel justified. You might be able to dominate a situation and all those things. But I promise you, if you actually got what it was costing you, you'll stop complaining. So if you want that type of level of conversation in your life, then Saturday, you need to meet me at 10 o'clock a.m. inside of the Zoom room. Register now. It'll send you the link automatically. You'll have what you need. And I want you to join me. Stephanie, for you, it'll be 9 o'clock. Look. I love you guys. Always looking forward to serving you. I'll see you guys on Wednesday live at 5. Hey, I'm live at 5. Hey, I'm live